So I think this might be the nerve center of Amish country. Is that about right?
That is. So you're welcome to the budget. Welcome to Sugarcreek.
Yes.
Glad to have you. And yes, the budget was established in 1890. So we are the largest and longest serving newspaper serving the Amish and Mennonite communities across the country. And we've been here in Sugarcreek since that time. We have scribes all across the country, into Canada and worldwide. And both Amish and Mennonite scribes. And what they do is they tell about their community, what's going on that day. So they're writing about, who was born, who might have passed away, who's sick, who had church that day, who visited church that day. So they're telling the story of their community, what's happening, and then we're privileged enough to publish it for them in their own words.
Oh, that's incredible. I want to see what the scribes have written, and I know you did set some of that aside over here.
Sure.
Give us an example of what that would look like.
This one is from Monte Vista, Colorado, and begins with, "What a beautiful sight, a double rainbow to the northeast after another 0.2 inches of rain. We had 0.1 the other day. The valley had much more rain than ever before since we moved here. Church was at Chester Yoder's, and it's to be at John Troyer's on September 11th.
What a fascinating way to chronicle all this. And it's from all around the country.
All around the country. On average, we have about 700 letters like this every week that we publish, and it's the story of their communities. We often say it's pure journalism because they're telling their stories unbiasedly about what's happening in their community.
Now, the printing itself, it goes way back, and you haven't really changed things that much, right?
That is correct, yeah. What the budget looks like today looks very similar to what it would look like over 100 years ago.
So let's look at what you have mocked up behind you here, because I find that fascinating too.
So this is a very special piece for me. So this is part of our local edition. We have two editions, the national edition, which is the revered collection of letters, and then we have this local edition. This comes from May 30th, 1979. The editor of the budget at the time was one of the founders of our museum, the Alpine Hills Museum. But ironically, I was cleaning up the museum last year and found on the birth announcement, my birth announcement.
Oh my gosh. 1979, I'm not talking to you. I mean, what are the odds?
I did a calculation. It's in the hundreds of thousands that could happen. So I feel it was almost, destiny for me to be here.
My God.
And so even with my birth announcement, because my grandparents were avid budget readers, I do come from the Amish, so it's kind of in my blood. We came over in about the 1750s, most of us, and so, but the chronicle, the daily happenings, we've been able to do that, since the 1890s. So it's
and no computers involved.
Other than typesetting the letters, but our scribes, they handwrite the letters.
Yeah, I mean that's just incredible.
Yeah, so some do type, but most of them are.
So who's getting the paper and how do they get it?
So we are 100% mailed by the United States Postal Service. So it can have its challenges, of course, but most of our readers are Amish and Mennonite, and throughout the country. We actually have more subscribers outside the state of Ohio than we do within the state of Ohio. So we go, the four corners, we go anywhere in the country, from Washington to Florida to Maine to California.
They have to love this. Now they're probably not getting it for a couple of weeks, right?
We mail it out every week, and so in theory, they should be getting a budget every week. Don't know when it may show up, depending on the post office, but
I bet they love it.
They absolutely do,
and
we love doing it. Our mantra is that it's their newspaper. We're just privileged enough to publish it for them, and we truly believe that.
So since you have Amish heritage, what does it mean to you to continue on the legacy of the budget?
It means so much to me because I've seen the impact. Even growing up, it was a passion of my grandmother and my grandfathers to read the budget. My grandmother was actually one of our writers, one of the scribes, but she would actually wait out by the mailbox every Wednesday to get the budget, and just to see that passion. And now to even, fast forward to today, to see the passion of our readers if we're out in the community at an event, and they'll come up and thank us for what we do, but we should be thanking them for what they do for us. It's their publication. We're just privileged enough to publish it for them, and we really value what they do for us. And we try to take care of this institution, that was established in 1890, and try to, we want to protect our readers too. So we're cautious about what ads we allow in. We do research on our advertisers to make sure there's nothing nefarious. We really value our readership, and we want to make sure we protect their best interests.
I think they're in good hands, Milo.
Thank you.